Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be restoring this VS SSU bar Series 3. It's been all sanded with 180, all back to bare plastic. I had all these handline cracks through it from a bunch of resprays and just all sorts of dodgy work on this thing, so we're going to get it all fixed up, going to get it primed up, make sure we don't have any more spider cracking anymore, and then we have outside, we're going to get these all sanded down as much as we can, either all back to bare plastic or at least keyed up, ready, swing put a couple coats of primer on it. As you can see on this one over here, especially here, paint started to crack. It's had a couple resprays through the use of its life, stone chips and shit like that. You can see some of the stone chips have shrunk back there. So basically just going to give it, I'm going to sand it all back to bare plastic again with 180, and then we'll just give it a couple skinny coats of primer, and we'll go from there.
Get a little cash, feeling so lit. I don't mean to brag, but I'm the like that. I'm the like that. We'll be on tonight. I'll be celebrating. We'll be on tonight. I'll be celebrating when we on. Early morning, gotta celebrate. Getting up, feeling good, time to elevate. Getting up, cooking up, let it marinate. Everybody eating, if I'm feeding, got a better plate. Hey, you only do it if you got.
Alright guys, so this is here. It's been rubbed with 180. And I just wanted to show you, this is why we decided to sand this all the way down back to bare plastic again. So as you can see, this is all the layers here that has been painted over time. So you can see over there, that's the color of the plastic. So this is the original plastic. Well, obviously this is the plastic, and then you got the original paint here. So you got, that's the undercoat that they would have put down, and then their color, the factory clear. So then it's had another respray, primer on top of that, and then what looks to be is wet on wet undercoat, and then this here, the blue, the base coat and clear. And then now there's another paint job here again. So you got primer, base coat through here, and the clear at the top. As you can see, it's all white. So it's had two resprays on top of factory paint. So you'll find that if I was just to sand this down and then normally just paint it, maybe just wet it or paint it, it'd probably start to crack from having too much material on it. That's basically why we started to, what we did, we sanded the original bar down back to bare plastic, and then now we're gonna prime that up to cover any chips and furriness from sanding it with a buzzer, and then yeah, should be good.
It's like a bad meme when I go to sleep. It's like a bad dream when your whole life hard. What does bad mean? When you cry a lot, really, what does sad mean? Well, I know you're heartbroken, and I ain't really mean to rip your whole heart open. I was trying to find my way, can we start over? I done made a lot of mistakes, wish I could start over. Damn, I tend to choose the wrong women in a bad situation, but they
After a long time consuming process, all the paint's off. Now it looks like a brand new lip, sort of. Besides that, but yeah. Now we got bar and the lip in the booth. I'm gonna give them a quick prep sole, and then I mask up along here, because having to rub all the primer all in here, all in those gaps there, even just in there will be hard enough, but I didn't really want to put a hard edge there or there. I'd rather put one right on the edge in there, so then you won't see it at all. And then obviously here, the lip sits here. As you can see, the holes are there. Here we use an M700. Sickens recommend that we use M700 in the booth just before painting. So applying primer or any sort of paint, so they can completely warranty anything that goes wrong. Of course, if you use something that's a cheaper prep sole, then they can't warranty it. So every time in the booth for any sort of painting, use M700. You're gonna make sure that you wipe it all off, otherwise it will wax up. So I'll get this all wiped off, and then I'll see you guys in the paint room. We're mixing up primer. All right, now that I got it all prep soled, what we want to do is, before we put any primer on, what we want to do is we want to get some heat onto the panel. So basically, because we're in the booth, we'll start, set the 28. Obviously, if you have it too hot, what will happen is you'll get real bad overspray because it will dry so fast. So you don't want it drying it too fast. And obviously, it will cause solvent pop and all sorts of issues. So you don't want it too hot. You don't want it to dry too fast. Yeah. So just get some heat in the booth, and also avoid, if you don't have any heat, you obviously, it can cause, you know, runs and all sorts of problems. So if you're at home, I recommend heat up the panel first with a heat gun, or if you have infrared basically heat up from the panel out instead of like a heat gun or something. I think some heat guns actually heat from the inside out. If you ever like use heat lamps, I know they heat just the top of the paint, so it can actually skin over. So you want to have it far away if you're using heat lamps. But for infrareds, it heats from the panel outwards, so then it won't skin off. Well, not as easy anyways. So it will avoid solvent pop and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll just, here is the paint system, primers, color gloss grey. Actually, now thinking about it, I think they use the white, so we'll probably use off-white. So we'll put in, as you can see there, C1. So just type in C1. Comes up here. And we'll go down to, as you can see, sanding. But we'll probably end up thinning it out. We're almost down for 10%, so we'll just put another 5% into it. So we'll thin it out to 15% and put some thinner coats down, so it will avoid cracking. Alright, I reckon. Oh, hello, who do we have here? Andy. Fucking oath, man. That's one of the panel beaters. He's actually repairing my Sky at the moment. I'll show you guys later. Had some damage done to it, and he just repaired it, put a bit of bog in there. I'll show you guys after, and that will be another video that we'll be priming up and painting, so stay tuned for that. Probably put, I reckon I'll mix up roughly around, because we got the whole bar, a couple of coats. I reckon we'll mix up about 400 for the lip and the whole bar. Obviously we'll put a minimum of about 2 coats on, probably maybe a third if it needs it. We'll see how it looks. So these hold, I think, about 650. This has already been mixed up, but make sure before you use any paint, if you have it sitting around for a bit, make sure you stir it up. And if you have a machine, make sure you mix it up. This gets stirred at least once a day, but most times about 2 to 3 times a day. So basically this scale is attached there. Perfect. And we put the hardener. Grab hardener. No, we want sanding. And then because we're in the booth, and it's hotter than outside, we'll put slow. It dries quite fast in there. 5%. So it's thinned out to 15% now. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly mask up that, and then put some primer down. So we got one coat on both the lid and the front bar. Spoke to Paint Wrap and he recommended to put 1 to 2 coats on of primer, a third if need be. So yeah, you see it's quite furry there. We're gonna give it a quick rub while we're still priming it. Got rid of that furriness. Still a bit furry over it, but will come out once we sand it. Got to give them one more coat. That's 2 skinny coats, nothing too heavy. Well, we'll give that one more coat. This one here looks to be fine. It's not really furry at all. Actually, come out quite nice. Now I was going to give this a quick coat or two, probably just one coat, quick dust. You don't want to cover it completely. Just give it one coat of this car prep guide coat. It'll just show us if there's any highs and lows and stuff like that. I've cleaned the gun out, removed everything from the booth. We'll just go ahead and press bake. We've set the time 25 minutes. Just click bake, and then now that's the bake tab there. See, that will just go up to 70. It'll come up with a timer here in a second for 25 minutes. So once that timer's up, it'll start to cool down. So at the moment it'll start to rise. So it was at 28 before. It'll get up to 60. Let's say that in the TDS that we want it to bake at 60 degrees for 20 minutes. So this booth here takes about 5 minutes to get up to 60. And once that timer's up, it'll start to cool down. And then yeah, this booth here, if you don't allow it to cool down, as it says, as you can see here, over temp trip when lit brightly. So it's only dim at the moment. It'll be like that. That's when you don't let the bake cool down straight away, or the booth, should I say? But yeah, let that bake. But until next video, that's all we have time for. Stay tuned. Next video might be of us sanding that down, ready for painting, and if not, maybe putting colour and clear down. And then after that, we didn't even polish it. Quickly show you. We have this R32 Skyline over here. Okay. Got these repairs on the boot. And then we got quarter and door. So if you want to see this thing here, prepped and painted, the full process of it, stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.